Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So just about ready to load up the truck with this massive pile of non-ferrous material that I've been collecting and saving for the last several months. So want to create a little bit of room in the garage, clean it up a little bit, some space, as well as make a little bit of money. Would love to bring the family on a small staycation. So today what I want to do is talk about these items, some current prices, and more importantly, give you some tips and tricks when you go to the scrapyard to help you maximize your profit. So I'm going to start by saying all of these items you see here, I either found on garbage day at the side of the road or at dumpsters at job sites, and I did get permission from those job site builders, so that was definitely a plus that I could take these items without worry. So it does add up for sure, and unfortunately for some, if you are a scrapper, you know what I'm talking about. It is nice to unload sometimes when prices are high, just to create some space. My wife has definitely been a saint, very patient with me because it does build up and sometimes can create quite an eyesore. So thank you to my wonderful wife for being so patient with me. And definitely both of us relieved that I am offloading some of this material. And the number one tip that I do want to say first is know your material, but more importantly, know your prices. I do have several scrapyards that I will call to compare prices. Some scrapyards do have their prices online, so it is nice that you can see those as well, see how it changes. And all of these items here at a particular scrapyard that I'm going to today, the prices are very high. And when comparing some of the scrapyard prices, we're not even talking 3 to 4 cents different. The scrapyard that I'm comparing this to, that I will remain nameless, there is, for some of these items, $1.20 to $1.60 difference in price. So I am going to make a lot more profit bringing these items in. I do have to drive a half an hour more to get to this scrapyard, but given the weight of my material, I am going to make more of a profit, and it will offset tremendously the price of gas getting there. So Zubik Scrap Metal, place that I love to go to in London, great prices, and are very friendly, quick, and clean place that I go to. So know your prices for sure. There are some scrapyards that are willing to negotiate prices depending on the amount of material you have, but even talking on the phone to one of my scrapyards, they were only willing to give about 4 or 5 cents a pound more. So not worth it, but you do have that option. You definitely don't have loyalty to any of these scrapyards because you worked hard for these items and you want top dollar. So that is my number one thing. Know your prices. As well, scrapping, bringing it in, it's like the stock market. You store it with low price, bringing it at high price. These items are at a high price, so that's another reason I'm bringing it in. And because I am driving a half an hour away, I wanted to strategically make sure that I have the materials that are the most profitable so I can bring them all in at one point or one load, save on time as well as gas. The second thing you see here, they are categorized into categories or metals. So make sure that you do, number 2, sort your material. It is definitely very frustrating going to a scrapyard, someone in front of you opening their trunk, and you notice that all the material is mixed together. The scrapyard people, hard workers, they don't have time to sort through your material. As well, the people behind you do get frustrated waiting, so having it sorted like this does speed up the process. As well, if it is put together, sometimes scrapyards will just give you downgraded price for the whole thing, and you do cut on your profit. So know your material for sure, make sure it is separated, and for me, I like to use heavy nylon bags. These are actually grass seed bags. I had to use or buy grass seed several years ago. I still use the bags. Great items because they are very heavy duty, less likely to rip. I have tons of material in here, and I am going through the weight in a second, but those are one option. I have seen people use dog food bags, onion bags, pails are another one, Tupperware containers, great storage bins, easy to store up your material. Make sure it's organized, separated, and you know what you have as you go along. So separating your items for sure. This bag here, I'm just using this thin plastic bag just to show you the material, but this does have several different holes in it. And if I was to bring this in, especially given the weight and the holes, last thing I want to do is pick it up and the whole bottom falls out and I create a big mess. It's not great for me, the people at the scrapyard, and definitely frustrating for the people waiting in line ready to get their material weighed, paid, and out of there. So have your material separated, and again, in strong containers or sorted material for sure. Make sure, you know, it is easy to transport. I'm going to start here with prices, and I will, for this experiment or video, I will tell you the two prices, but again, I am not going to name the other scrapyard. This here is aluminum siding. This will contain all clean aluminum, so there's no nails or screws in this, no caulking. E-troughs, the siding, the soffits, the fascia, all of that is one category. And when comparing prices, this I actually am going to get in London 86 cents a pound. The other scrapyard was 66 cents, so 20 cents more a pound here. And this is only part of my pile. I actually have the other half off camera there, and I have combined here 290 pounds worth of aluminum. And for this, I do want to take a second and give a big shout out to On Top Roofing. I do mention them a lot in my dumpster dives. They are a great business out of Corunna. They have been kind enough to allow me to take all the tail end pieces of e-troughs and all of their material, diverting it from the landfill, making a little bit of money, so they give me the call when it's ready. So thank you again, On Top Roofing. And great to be able to divert this, recycle it properly, and make some money. So all of my aluminum siding here ready to go. These are heavy-duty garbage bags, so these are less likely to break. So if you are the type that uses garbage bags, make sure they are the thicker plastic ones. I'm telling you, it will save you trouble down the road. Here in the middle here, this is a great score I always find on job sites. This is all good stainless steel. These are your gas hoses that go up to the propane lines, to ovens. They can go out to your barbecues and other items. Notice non-magnetic stainless steel. These are very easy to recognize. They have the yellow coating on them. I just used an X-Acto knife, cut off that coating. So the plastic is unfortunately garbage. But look at all of these beautiful pieces that came out of a job site. I have 4 bags here, so little pieces like this that I have. This I've actually been collecting for about 6 months, but there is right back here, here's my good example. Actually, my neighbor gave me this bag, so it's just a dog food bag. Again, very strong. Gonna be able to just put it in my truck, not have to worry about it breaking. I can squish it together. But combined here, these hoses, I actually have 77 cents a pound for this in London. I was gonna get 49 cents a pound at the other scrapyard, and I have 71.8 pounds worth of hoses. So it doesn't look like a lot, or doesn't seem like a lot, but again, free stainless steel, good stainless steel. If you had stainless steel and you put a magnet to it and it is magnetic, you want to make sure that you separate it. That is going to be about 14 to 17 cents a pound. So again, all of this is non-magnetic stainless steel, and all of this is just the same item. It's all stainless steel tubing. These 3 right here piles, this is appliance wire. This isn't even close in comparison. The one scrapyard does not have what we classify as 40% appliance wire and 60% appliance wire. They have just mixed wire, and they are willing to pay 66 cents a pound for all wire. The wire at Zubik Scrap Metal, they have 2 categories. The 60% appliance wire is any type of appliance wire that has 1 coating of plastic. And the 40% appliance wire is a lot of your thicker cords that you have. This actually came off of a sub pump. You get a lot of these vacuum cleaners, dehumidifiers, air conditioners, microwaves. But as you can see inside, 3 strands of coated copper, the outer coating. And currently right now, this is going for $1.50 a pound. And you can see right here, here's some of it. This huge bag here I was able to just load the appliance wire in here, keep shoving it down in there, and just from this, unbelievable how much appliance wire you will find. A lot of times I do see scrappers, especially around air conditioners and dehumidifiers or vacuum cleaners, they will just cut the cord, take that, and it is a good price, but again, for all my fellow scrappers, you are losing out on a lot of money from other scrap materials in these items. But the appliance wire, this here, 40% wire is going for $1.50 a pound, and I have 90 pounds right here, and that's 90 pounds of just appliance wire I've been able to save up in the last 4 months. So that's a lot of appliances and electronics that I've been able to divert from the landfill for sure. Some of these cords weigh over 1.5 pounds because they are thick. Some people do mention that they will strip the coating off. Some of them I will, but these thicker ones like this, you are actually going to lose a lot of weight and profit from removing that outer coating. And I do have full videos on separating your appliance wire, sorting your materials, and I will include the links to all of those descriptions, especially from some of these items that do need further cleaning and sorting. But this is, again, my 40% appliance wire. Behind the bag here, this bag, there's only one bag of this. This is less common, but this bag right here is the higher value material. A lot of your lamps, for example, will only have, as you can see inside there, there's 2 strands of coated copper. Inside, right there is the copper, but this only has 1 coating of plastic. So this is higher value. This is your 60% appliance wire. And this right now going for $2.45 a pound. So 66 cents a pound compared to $2.45 a pound. This is a no-brainer. And I actually have 52.6 pounds of it. So huge profit from that compared to the other scrapyard. So you do want to make sure you separate it. You can see, as I said, 2 separate bags. Make sure you separate it as you are going along with your scrapping. Now that I've been doing this for a number of years, I will say a rookie mistake that I had was put all my appliance wire together, waited till the night before to go to the scrapyard, and separated it then. So I did lose a lot of time doing that. So make sure you have different containers or different bags. It's easier to sort as you are going along. Here you see I have 4 aluminum rims, car rims. These, again, sometimes I will find the tires that have the tread still on them. Very easy to take off. I do have a full breakdown video on how to remove that tread, because if I was to bring them in with the rubber still on them, they are not going to take it, or they are going to downgrade me tremendously. So these are clean aluminum rims. I have 4 of them. They did not come all from the same stop. I had 2 from one stop and 2 from another. I have actually found the odd one in the ditch. Not sure if it fell out of a vehicle. But sometimes you will find people throwing them out, not knowing what to do with them. So lucky that I was able to get those. And currently right now, aluminum rims going for $1.13 a pound in London, Ontario. The other scrapyard was willing to give me 76 cents a pound. So again, better profit. And I have, just from these 4 rims here, 74.4 pounds. So great score there for sure. Definitely going to be looking forward to bringing these in. I have had other people mention that they do try to resell these items, but unfortunately, when you only have one, it is hard to sell. These ones were dented, so that is the other reason I scrapped them. But those can be something you try to sell, especially if they still have the tread on them and they are a nice tread. So that is also another option, and you are going to make a lot more money selling the tires in good workable condition than if you were to bring just these in. So that is another thing you do want to make sure. If something works, don't scrap it. See if you can resell it. You're going to make more money in good workable condition than a scrap value. So again, that's why I scrapped it though. Here I have motors, and I actually have 2 small containers. Look at these motors here. They're all different sizes. These come out of different things. These are sometimes out of your electronics, your computer towers, different electrical boxes, not electrical boxes, sorry, electrical toys or different types of appliances. Small motor, but inside that circular item, there is a small motor. You can see different sizes here. I've got different ones here. You can also try and sell these if they do work, but for me, I do have them because they don't work. I just keep them in. This is an ice cream container, so another easy way to store things. My kids love ice cream, so easy to have there. I'm just going to bring this in as a storage container, easy to transport. I do also have some armatures here. These armatures, I actually will not take the copper out of these ones. There are some that I will, and I do have a video how to open up armatures. I will include the link of that one in my description. But for me, these ones are not worth it because of the heavy winding. The holes are hard to get at. I could cut a little bit of that copper off, take that as number 2 copper. But for me, again, these ones, I'm just going to bring them in a copper motor price because the price at Zubik's is a nice price of this. And I'm going to get a good value for these. So right here, copper motors, going to get 39 cents a pound. And just from these 2 small containers here, I have 30 pounds. So it does not take a lot to add up weight. The other scrapyard was willing to give me 15 cents a pound. So again, better profit for sure. But go check out my video on removing the copper from armatures on the specific ones, because that copper is number 2 copper, and it is currently going for $4.39 a pound. So well worth it if you can take it off. Again, these ones are not in my interest to take off. They are difficult to do, but there are a lot that are worth doing, so go check that out. And I do know that I'm going to get some people that comment that say that they do remove all of the copper. It doesn't matter what type it is. Again, scrapping, it does depend on your time, the amount of stuff you have, as well as, you know, prices. So a couple things you do have to look at, but copper motors. The last one I have here is clean aluminum. This is just a mixed bag of different things. I have some pieces like this. Aluminum is very thin, but it is everywhere and anywhere. I've got different hoses, my Swiffer hoses for sure. Vacuum cleaners can be a little bit. I've got some hoses different here that I have, so just to show you, not to be confused with these. They do look similar, but this is actually aluminum. Some of your household wire will be coated with this. Your BX wire, for example, has the coating on it. An easy way to check to see if this is aluminum or stainless steel, using a grinder. If I hit this with a grinder and it sparks, it is going to be stainless steel. Sorry, it also has to be non-magnetic. So if it is non-magnetic and it sparks, it's going to be stainless steel. If it is non-magnetic and it doesn't spark with the grinder blade, it is aluminum. So this is aluminum, stainless steel. There are some BX that I've seen actually that are magnetic, so they're tin. And there are some that are actually stainless steel. So you do have to make sure you check. But this is all aluminum in here. I have different screens. These screens are out of my ovens. The filters on there. I have my old license plate. I'm not going to show you the digits, but this is going to be something that we say farewell to. Our G6 was my original scrapping mobile that I had, where I got my name, Tin Man, actually from the scrapyard, you know, strategically placing all my items in my little 4-door G6. So going to say farewell to that finally with that license plate. All of that is clean aluminum, and that has given me about 55 to 60 cents a pound. The other place was given about 45. So not a huge difference there, but I could bring this in if I have room. Because it's only a couple cents difference, I may have to just hold off on that. But the rest of these items, common items, you're going to find a huge difference in price for sure when comparing it. And again, being able to unload this. So a couple tips again, just to summarize. Know your prices, call around, you know, go to what best suits you. Try and negotiate prices if you can. But again, you have no loyalties to scrapyards. Make sure you have your items separated properly, cleaned properly, free of any type of magnetic items, because again, a clean load, last thing you want to have is a couple items in your beautiful clean load that have a couple screws in it or caulking, and they downgrade you for the whole pile. So make sure you have your items cleaned, separated properly. Again, storage containers or heavy bags, well worth it for sure. Saves time, saves storage space, and allows you the flexibility to move it around and free of it breaking or potentially breaking. And again, some great items for sure, diverted from the landfill, and maximizing my profit by bringing it all in with high prices at a certain scrapyard. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, glad that I can get this stuff out of my garage. I will put full weights down at the bottom. I do have a lot of people that love those videos. What did it weigh? What did it pay? So that is another reason why I'm giving prices, weights, and I mean, you can easily figure it out just with a calculator, roughly what I had just from the prices and weights that I gave you. So again, hope you enjoyed that. I did have several questions from beginner scrappers asking me about tips and tricks. So that's another reason why I like to do this, to help encourage scrapping, as well as help beginner scrappers, as well as helping mature scrappers who also help me back and forth. I've loved working with this scrapping community, being able to make a difference, a little bit of pocket money, as well as share some scrapping tips and prices from around the scrapping community. I'm amazed at seeing some of my, especially American viewers or European viewers, that compare prices. It is totally unbelievable seeing even different prices from city to city, state to state, province to province, or country to country. So I appreciate all of those feedbacks, comments, suggestions, and working with everyone. So hope you enjoyed that again. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.